Good evening, welcome to the ITV News in London. Tonight's main stories. Queen guitarist Brian May on why noisy neighbours are making his life hell and how he might have to quit London. Now, with over 50 years in the music industry, the Queen guitarist Brian May is probably well used to noisy basements, but it's the new ones being built in Kensington that he says could force him out of London. In an open letter to Kensington and Chelsea Council, he said he plans to move out of his house because of the disruption caused by other residents having their basements extended has made the area a living hell. Well, I'm delighted to say we can speak to Brian now outside his West London studio. Brian May, welcome. I hope you can hear me. In your words, you say Kensington has become a hellhole. Is it that bad, and why?
I believe it is. I think London actually has become a building site, and I speak for thousands of people who wake up to this disruption every day of the week, except Sunday, thank God. You know, but 7 days a week for something like 3 years minimum is too much for anyone, you know, and you feel in the end it changes you. You become a permanently angry person because you're being beaten on the head every day and you have no way of stopping it or getting back at them, you know. So I think a lot of people like me feel that their whole quality of life has been destroyed by basically speculative building.
Well, Brian, we've actually got a clip to play our viewers so they get an understanding of what this noise is like. It's a clip that you recorded from your house and you've uploaded onto your website. So let's just have a listen now.
Indeed.
So, Brian, it sounds pretty noisy to me. How is this happening all day long? How long has it been going on for?
Well, during the piling phase, if people are building basements, then this goes on for months on end. And it's appalling. You try and have a conversation, even in your house when that's going on, it's appalling. And there's no way you can possibly go in your garden and sit there and do anything. It actually does destroy your life. It destroys your quality of life, I believe, and I think it has to stop. There has to be a point where the Borough Council says, look, who does this benefit? It benefits one selfish person and maybe it benefits the building company, but all the rest of the residents around suffer for a long time. Now, we're not talking about just a couple of days when somebody's doing fixing. You know, we're talking about a minimum of 3 years. We've actually had 10 years of it in my little road in Kensington. And there is no way you can live, so we are going to quit. But I'm going to keep fighting for the people who have stayed.
Well, Brian, of course, those people who are doing those extensions, they will say that's all well and good, but what about their quality of life and their enjoyment of their property? They kind of have a right to do that. What would you say to that?
I think if you want a swimming pool, you can move out of London and where there's some space and build a swimming pool. There's no way you need to be building an Olympic-sized swimming pool underneath a residential house in West London. And I think, you know, anyone who thinks that that is more important than the quality of life of those around them is heading for the wrong place, you know. I think actually the Mayor of London failed, you know, our previous Mayor failed because he could have put some guidelines down to stop people building basements, you know. There are some moves to limit it now, but it's too little too late, I believe. You know, I think we have to stop building these huge basements right now because there's no way to justify it.
Sorry to interrupt you, Brian May, but very, very quickly, we've read that you might be forced to move out of London if this continues. Is this true?
Yeah,
Would
I'm
you
not the
move out of
first.
London?
Plenty of people around me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're looking at places now. I would love to. If somebody can tell me where I can live, where we won't be threatened by this horrendous, hideous building, the noise, the disruption, the dust, the pollution, it's horrendous. You know, this is no way to live. London has become a place which is not pleasant to live anymore, and I think that's very sad. And I hope the new mayor will take it on board. I believe he will.
OK, Brian May, thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. Thank you.